Today's video is sponsored by our coach Isai with Evolving Energy and First Form Energy.
Can you guys believe this only has 15 calories? It has 0 sugar and 200 milligrams of caffeine.
They are great for natural energy, focus, and hydration.
Ready to power through the holidays?
Stay energized and refreshed with First Form Energy drinks. With so many tasty flavors to choose from, there's something for everyone.
Just click the link, pick your favorites, and get ready to feel the clean, lasting energy you need this busy season, whether it's shopping, working, or celebrating.
Grab yours today and let us know which flavor is your go-to.
Right now, I am drinking Screamin' Freedom. It has cherry, lemon, and blueberry.
Right now, I'm drinking a grape smash, and it's just grape. I'm such a grape person, and I really love this one. It's so sweet and refreshing.
Yes.
Have you felt any jitters or anything?
I have not. This is actually pretty good because I do not like energy drinks, and I think this is the one.
Yes. So thank you, First Form and Isai from Evolving Energy for sponsoring today's video.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Hello, guys, and welcome back to another Built from Scratch podcast episode.
It's good. I didn't think you were going to say it. You're like...
This is your host, Sule from Sule's Bakery.
And this is your host, Itza, with It's a Party.
Sometimes I know she forgets who she is because she forgets what day we're in and what time is it all the time.
We want to sit down today and just chismear. Let's give it to them.
Chismear about what?
We want to be honest because we were honest last episode, like the comeback. Pero we didn't let it out
we weren't
all the
completely
way.
honest.
We didn't let it out all the way.
We weren't completely honest.
What are we going to talk about today?
De que we almost broke up Built from Scratch podcast.
Yes.
Así, estábamos así. Like the breaking it up. Así.
We told you guys everything that was happening in our lives, you know, like why the podcast took a long break again. Sule was going through a lot. I was going through a lot.
But in overall, there was a lot of miscommunication when it came to the podcast.
Yeah.
Porque we couldn't figure out when to record, what time. Porque a la hora que ella podía, yo no. Or vice versa.
So, or we would forget. Like the one day that we said, we're like, okay, this day, this time. Ni yo te escribí a ti, ni tú a mí. Like, we just kind of like, honestly, esta vez sí, like, sorry. We put it in the back burner for sure.
Pero sí, así fueron las cosas. It went just downhill. There was a point where I was mad because when I was able to record and I was waiting for her, I was like, you know, ya no le voy a mandar mensaje. I'm going to see if she's going to reach out. It was also us being proud.
I think we were just being petty, to be honest, like, because nunca nos había pasado. So I guess, like, that's our first, like, fallout in our friendship history. Porque, like, you were waiting on me, I was waiting on you. Mm-hmm. Like, it's kind of like a married friendship couple. Like,
de que si ella no me dice nada, yo
no
tampoco.
le digo nada. Yeah, like, we're being petty.
So we were like that. And then there was a point where Itza was telling me, she was like, ¿vamos a continuar el podcast o no? Ya Noé me preguntó si le seguimos. And then I told her, Chuy literally just asked me the same thing a few hours ago.
Yeah.
If we were going to continue. And obviously we do want to continue because, I mean, this podcast is just starting out. Even though tomorrow is our first year anniversary.
Yes, today's our first year anniversary.
No, it's tomorrow.
Tomorrow the 3rd?
Tomorrow's the 3rd.
Oh, yeah, tomorrow.
Tomorrow's our first year anniversary of the podcast. And even though it's 1 year old, we have brought out, what, 18, 19 episodes? I think this is the 20th, right? So
I think we did pretty good for like only being a year. But I feel like because we're so busy and like vamos a escucharnos como like broken records, but we have so much besides this that we can't just solely focus on this. we have families, we have businesses, I have kids, we just have so much that I feel like if we were only putting our energy into our podcast, it would be greater than what it already is. But because we have to balance everything out, it's just impossible. And it, like, I already have to communicate with my husband, with my clients, with my kids, with, like, doctors, teachers. Like, so I feel like in a way, I just como que ya me estaba dando hueva having to communicate with you too. Like, I was like, like, instead of you being like, at first you were like my little escape, like
vamos a comer.
I have everything going on, but you make me laugh, and it's like I come back to being me as like an individual, not me as like a mom,
a wife,
or a wife,
a business owner,
or a housewife, or whatever you call it, stay-at-home mom. Like I would see it like whenever I would spend time with you, it's more like I get to be me as like Itza, like not it's a party, not it's a mom, not a wife, and I feel like that's why we grew like so close, because we could just be
ourselves.
And then once we started this, it started to feel, because it is work, we have to schedule it in, we have to make sure like it's a responsibility. So then I was like, like I'm not running away, but in a way I was like, I get to take a break from everything else, and now it's like now I have another responsibility.
Podcast,
yeah. So I feel like we just kind of like stopped communicating the way we were at first. And it's not because it was brand new and we were so excited, because I feel like I'm still excited, to like see where it goes. It's just our lives just got too overwhelming for like a little period of time.
Yeah, and it was actually pretty scary just to think of the podcast falling apart, pero because también vinieron en mi mente otras cosas de que if the podcast falls apart, vamos a salir mal, y our friendship is gonna go downhill too, porque I mean, we started this podcast to be together, to make something out of it together, and now seeing it go downhill, íbamos a estar pues por tu culpa, or because
like pointing fingers.
Por eso fue que ya no le seguimos, porque tú no podías, o porque tú no querías, or
So I think like the best thing that was done was just like
give us a break,
and then communicating about it. Like we set boundaries, but obviously like no así, like, but we're like, okay, like, are we gonna do this or not? Like, are we, and then once we were like, okay, yes, we are. And then we're like, okay, we gotta like take it serious. We gotta go back to having our day of recording. Obviously it's not like strict, like, like if we need to change the time or whatever, but
flexible.
It's like it's one of our priorities now too, just like it is to answer your guys' messages for our like each other businesses. We pretty much are like scheduling in to be able to sit down. So even though we did have a fallout with like communication, and like todo siempre se puede arreglar, siempre like communicating is key, I feel like, with anything. Porque yo puedo malinterpretar las cosas en mi cabeza, and it could be not even close to that. And same to you, like you could be thinking like, oh, she doesn't care, oh, she's too busy, or this, and it could not even be that either. Like I don't know, like, and that doesn't just happen in friendships. Like
I even ended up bonding more with her daughter on vacations than what I did with her, because she was always busy and didn't have the time.
I know. I once my daughter got back from the concert, I was like, that is it. She's mine. She's my friend. You're staying home. You're grounded.
We hung out. We came. I would go pick her up to come watch the Summer I Turned Pretty. So we've been watching that every Wednesday. We've been together watching it. And it's like a little bonding time that I get to have with her daughter. And then I took her to a concert too. And
that's where miscommunication enters, because like my daughter, like in Sulemar, and I love that you guys talk, and I love, because she doesn't have, like, we don't have family. So like I want her to feel that way, like, oh, like she sees you as her tia, you know. Like, so it's like I'm so happy that like we're blessed that she actually gets to experience that, like to have like somebody that like she knows will, like, she can call and be like, Sule, I ditched school, can you pick me up?
Yeah.
Like Sulema would still tell me, oh, I saw a TikTok, I should have sent it to you. But it's about that. It's like how the tia is like, okay, baby, I'm gonna pick you up, but I'm not keeping this from your mom. Like, she's like, I'll help you, que no te griten tanto, but we're not, like, she's my sister and she's gotta know, and we care about you, and you can't be doing that. And I love that. I love that. I know that you could be that for her. But at the same time, I was like, what the freak? I was like, okay, so Sulema has the time in the world to watch TV with my daughter on a Wednesday afternoon, and they'd be texting back and forth. ¿Y por qué no me textea a mí? Yeah, I was being that jealous friend. I was like, what the heck?
Yeah. You should see Arisa's in my TikTok, dude.
I know.
Así, le vas a hacer scrolls y puro TikTok, y nos mandamos una y la otra.
And at the same time, it's like, and it's so sad because I feel like as a mother and daughter, it's so hard. I don't know about you guys, but I have she's a teenager, and I find it so hard to find that balance to where it's like we can be friends, but also I'm your mom. You know what I mean? And I feel like with you, pues obviamente, pues se siente con la confianza de que she could be a friend to you. You know, and obviously, like she probably knows, it's like, oh, if I'm messing up, like she's gonna tell my mom, you know. So she knows to be in a good behavior, pero y conmigo it's like it's so hard. Like I like to see that she does that with you. I like to see like que tiene confianza y que she can communicate with you. Y conmigo es como, it's hard, guys. It's just hard. Like she's more like, es poquito reservada, pero también a la vez como she lets loose, but then a la vez empieza to like be a little bratty and like a little mean, and I'm like, hold up. Like, we can be friends, we can communicate, but you still gotta have, like, respeto, you know? Because at the end of the day, I am your mom. And, you know, like, so, yeah, it's hard. It's just hard. Communicating is hard.
Yeah, it is. So, that's what kind of brought us closer again. Porque aparte de que we gave each other space, just to kind of go through our things alone and stuff, even though we know we were going to be there for each other, we still went and gave ourselves a break, which was very needed, and it's a very healthy thing to do, honestly. We don't have to be together 24/7, porque así es como a la vez la gente se separa, you know, like the married couples, like, and we just kind of got back together, started talking about, you know, let's see what we're gonna do different, what we're doing wrong or what we're not doing right, like miscommunicating. So we sat down and we were, okay, we gotta record. We gotta take the podcast like seriously now. We gotta record certain days. We came out to agreements that we also like, we considered her kids también, that I care about them, they care about me, they love being with me, and I don't want that to come to an end just because of miscommunication.
Yeah,
it's not fair for them tampoco.
Yeah, like that would be the dumbest reason why, like you know what I mean? Like, I cherish our friendship so much. So it's like, okay, so if it takes me having to communicate a little extra, then I'm willing to do that, you know, like, because I don't want to, like I said, like, lose a friendship just because I was feeling overwhelmed, or, you know what I mean? Like, como like being under the responsibility of something. So I'm like, no, like, también uno tiene que like self-reflect. You have to self-reflect and be like, why is this like bothering me? Or why is this feeling this type of way? And then communicate about it, because hablando la gente se entiende, you know. And that's what it came down to. I feel like once we're finally like, okay, the kids are going back to school, let's get together, let's talk about what we want to do, let's like let our ideas out. And it felt so good again. I was like, okay, we're both still on the same page. We just weren't communicating about it. Like, we weren't talking about it, we weren't letting it out. Pero once we sat down and put our priorities like obviously like we each have priorities and they're a little different, but then I'd say like within that list our podcast and our friendship comes in place too. So we're like, okay, like we're still like, it's not like que tú te cansaste de mí o yo de ti, or you know, or like we didn't want to do the podcast anymore. Like once we talked about it, I felt better. I was like, oh, okay, like it's not like what I thought it was, you know. I don't know, like did you have a different perspective?
It was better. Yeah. Porque a veces I get mad y yo de plano ya no te quiero hablar.
¿Cuándo? Mentirosa.
No, I'm just kidding. Pero, I mean, it did feel better just to communicate. Be like, que me escuchaste. Be listening to her to give, like, listening to her point of view. So, we're back and happy. We're ya estamos casadas otra vez.
Yes. Ya me pidió matrimonio. Ya me pidió el chiquito. Al niño. ¿Sí o no? Anyways. So, dude, you have a dirty mind. I was talking about my son.
Yeah.
El chiquito. Anyways.
You know you were talking about that. No,
your dirty mind took you somewhere else. Anyways. Pero también queríamos platicar porque hay situaciones que, you know, they make you who you are. And with this situation that we went through as a friendship that kind of had a fallout with communication, it brought back a lot of the things that we've been through. And it's like,
with family,
you know, like, it's like, was no wonder estamos bien traumadas. No wonder why we fell through, you know, porque a mí me ha pasado y a ti también, you know, and I feel like I kind of connect like lo que hemos pasado con lo que as friends we went through. You go first.
Me first?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, ask me a question.
It's not an interview.
Oh no.
Tell them what you've gone through that kind of led us to have this fallout.
I went through a situation where I have given my close family, relatives, por ejemplo, cousins, where I've given them a hand. And, como dicen, les das la mano y te agarran la pata.
Todo el brazo.
La pata. O sea, les das la mano y they're like, oh, te agarran la pata y te tumban. But there was an occasion, okay, I'm not going to say names, but I am going to tell a little story of one of them because it has happened 2 times where me and my husband have helped someone out that they really needed it and they paid us back so bad. This one hurt the most because I literally grew up with that cousin. My mom and my dad son sus padrinos, so we kind of raised him when he was growing up.
Yeah.
Because he always had an absent mother.
Aww.
So we moved to Colorado and we had an apartment, and then they were born here in Colorado too, but they lived in Mexico for their whole life. So when they told us they were moving out here, because obviously they could, porque son citizens, they moved out here. They didn't have nowhere to go, you know. So no tenían a dónde llegar. They were trying to figure it out, and they were all trying to go into one of my aunt's house, and it was like this, packed.
Yeah.
So yo por quererlo ayudar, I told him move in with us.
Yeah.
And to me it wasn't nothing new because, like I said, we literally raised him when he was growing up. My mom and dad brought him in.
So era como una persona de confianza, ¿no?
Yeah, he was like a little brother. So my husband agreed. He's like, okay, we bring him in. He helps us out with the rent. We're trying to save to buy a house, and it's a win-win for everyone. He has his space, and then he helps us out. Y todo eso, right? Comes out de que I started noticing every time I would go visit to Mexico, I noticed my grandma and my aunt and everyone, my uncles out there that were out there, every time I would go visit, they wouldn't talk to me like they used to before. So I was just like, what's going on?
Se hacen como indiferentes.
Yeah. So I was mirando todo lo que estaba pasando and how they were reacting. And then every time I would come back, I would tell Troy, you know what? I had the weirdest experience with them. I would go out there, casi no me querían hablar, casi nada. Me miraban feo. It was just a whole different vibe. So then I told my mom about it. And I told her, hey, do you know what's going on? ¿Por qué everyone's acting so different now? No sé. So then my mom started kind of digging in to see what was going on. Y salió de que that cousin was talking behind her backs.
Wow.
So we're like...
But like blaming you of things or just...
He was talking le decía a my grandma and a my tía. He was like, oh, I can't send you guys money this month because aquí me están cobrando mucho de renta. Oh, I can't.
So he was lying.
Yeah,
like
he was lying.
Making up lies.
And then he was saying, les llegó a decir, oh, I can't send you money for this porque they made me pay for all the groceries. So we were being a-holes to him.
Oh, no.
De que every time we would go out, we were making pay for the food. Every time...
que estaban de aprovechados.
Yeah.
O sea, se hizo la víctima.
Mm-hmm. So then my husband and I were like, what the heck? That's not even true.
Yeah.
Yeah, we charge him rent because it's his part. And we only charge him a certain amount because he's not renting a whole apartment to himself. He's renting a
bedroom and bathroom.
And we le cobramos lo justo. Yeah, we charged him for groceries because, I mean, él también come.
Sí,
él también
claro,
comía.
pues lo justo.
So, ya cosa de que él no le podía mandar dinero a su family.
Era porque él no quería.
Y era porque él quería, yeah. But then, we figured out que él, okay, so él nos daba tarde la renta. And he would be like, oh, I don't have money right now because acabo de mandar a Mexico. So then we were saying, okay, pues está bien. Pero cuando mi mom me dijo eso de que he was blaming us, que no mandaba dinero a México, is because of us.
Entonces, ¿qué estaba haciendo con el dinero?
Le mandaba a la suegra y a la novia. We caught him.
Y entonces tu familia te estaba agarrando coraje a ti.
A mí.
Porque pensaban que porque tú estabas de aprovechada, ellos ya no estaban recibiendo la ayuda.
Yeah.
Porque tú estabas cobrándole a él lo que les tocaba a ellos prácticamente.
Yeah. And then one day nos dimos cuenta de eso y le dijimos a él, le dijimos, hey, que estás hablando de nosotros, que estás diciendo eso, ¿por qué? Si nosotros lo único que te hemos hecho es ayudar. Like, mind you, llegó, ya ves cómo llega uno de México, you don't have nothing.
Pues nada.
So, I took him to buy, pues, sus chanclas para que ande a gusto en la casa, a PJs or something, you know? I helped him go out and look for work. I helped him apply for Medicaid, for all that kinds of stuff, benefits. Like, todo. I helped him and his sister and his brother. Y todo. I helped them out. Y los llevaba a las citas and everything.
So here's where I see like the miscommunication issue. Like, ¿tú pudiste haber preguntado a tu familia?
Oh, I'm not there yet.
Oh, okay. Porque dije, pues, a lo mejor, ¿por qué no? Si tú notaste that they were being very indifferent with you and they were, I don't know, just being very serious and, you know, not talking to you. ¿Por qué no preguntar?
Yeah.
Why not just ask?
Yeah, that happened when I was in Mexico, and then I came back and then I told my mom about it, and then she kind of dig into it. Y cuando volví a ir a México, ahí ya sabíamos todo.
Okay.
Pero antes de ir a México, porque todo eso pasó como en un año. So, en ese año, vamos cada año a México. So, en ese año pasaron todas esas cosas que nos enteramos que he was sending money to his mother-in-law and his girlfriend.
And not his mom.
And not his mom, and not paying us rent on time. And then, igual, we would go out to eat. He wouldn't pay for his part either. Y eso les decía a mi tía y a mi abuela de
que él pagaba por
él pagaba
ustedes.
todo. When he wouldn't even pay for his part. Y luego le decíamos, okay, that's fine. Pon el tip.
Y tampoco.
Y one time we went to Olive Garden y todos pusimos ahí y él no puso su parte. Y nos dio un bill, creo era como, nos dio como ones a 10, like a 10. El chiste creo que eran like $16 y no lo dio. And it wasn't even his part. So we're like, okay, ahí están para los tips. Dude, no vaya a agarrar del tip.
What?
So,
¿Y cómo arreglaron toda la situación? O sea, ¿cómo?
So, no, dude, y luego we were making fun of him, like, dude, no manches, vienes a comer, you can't even pay your part, like, si no tienes dinero, pues no salgas, you know?
Yeah.
It's something what todos hacen, like, oh, okay, vamos a ir a comer, pero no tengo yo dinero, pues I'm not gonna go. ¿Para qué voy a ir a pasar vergüenzas o por qué voy a ir a gastar dinero que no tengo?
O hablar y decir, viene, que antes de ir pagas y te regreso el dinero la semana que entra.
Yeah. Y no, nada. Y así estaba. And we were just... Nos llevamos con él. We were like playing with him all the time y echándole carrilla porque tampoco... He wouldn't buy himself clothes. Nada. So we would tell him, dude, you should buy yourself some new shoes. You should buy yourself some new pants. You earn it. You work so hard. You deserve to buy stuff. Pero que no. Por eso él nunca tenía dinero because he would send it to Mexico to his mom and to his grandma. Y así, so we're like, all right, pues con que nos estés dando la renta y paying what your part is, pues that's fine, aunque sea tarde, pero pues try to be more on time porque a nosotros no nos esperan.
Y cuando ustedes se dieron cuenta y hablaron con él, ¿cómo le dijeron?
We told him, hey, so we heard that you've been talking this about us. My grandma told my mom, so why would my grandma lie about it, right? So he was like, no, yo no dije nada. No, yo no dije nada. Y el chiste que he never said nothing. Like, all right, pues ha de ser a miscommunication or malinterpretación or whatever. So we trusted him. So then llegó el momento de que we bought the house and we moved in. He even moved out with us. He helped us move over here. Agarró su cuarto and he moved everything. Y a la, like, few days later after we bought the house, we went to Mexico. Y como todo eso estaba pasando, the rumors and stuff, and he would swear that it was a lie, que él nunca dijo nada. Tree was like, okay, si no es real y es una malinterpretación, everyone's thinking otherwise, what I want you to do is go meet up with your mom, grandma, Zulema, you, and talk. Porque...
Like, clear it out.
Clear it out, porque siempre que uno habla con ellos, nos miran feo. Y así pasaron.
So, Chuy fue el que lo confrontó.
So he was like, quiero que vayas y hables y aclares todo, porque si tú dices que no es verdad, no está bien que ellos estén pensando cosas que no son.
Did he do it?
No, he did. Se escondió todo el rato. It was so funny porque ese año fue my grandparents' anniversary, wedding anniversary. So nosotros fuimos a México. Fuimos my sister, me, my cousin y otros primos. Y ahí estuvimos ahí all the time with the grandma y todos ellos. Y él nunca estuvo ahí.
He knew.
He knew.
He knew it was
He
coming.
knew. So, cuando los primeros días, I was like, all right, nos estamos preparando para la boda. Everyone's trying to figure things out. I'm not going to mention it right now. I'm just going to help with whatever I got to help with. Y él ni sus luces. Él estaba con su novia. I'm just like, all right. Pasó la boda. We got together a few times antes de yo venirme. And yo le mandaba un mensaje. Hey, voy a ir a la casa de mi abuelita. I want you to be there. Quiero que estés ahí para aclarar las cosas.
O sea, ¿también tu abuelita te miraba mal?
Yeah.
Oh.
So, yo le dije, hey, voy a ir ahorita a tal hora. Be there. yo llegaba y como que, okay, ya, ahora sí se va a arreglar las cosas. I would be there.
Y no llegaba.
No estaba. He wasn't home. Y dije, okay. Y otra vez.
Pero no, o sea, no nomás el problema era arreglarlo con él, de confrontarlo a él. Did you guys ever talk to like your grandma and them? Like, did you guys let them know?
Yeah. Y te digo que fui como 3 veces a la casa de mi grandma a tratar de aclarar las cosas y no estaba. Y creo ya nomás faltaban como 2 días para yo regresarme to Colorado. And I told him, hey, I'm going. Today we're going to talk about it. Le dije, estés o no estés. We're going to talk about it. Y llegué, no estaba. I texted him, he didn't answer. So I was like, all right, I'm just going to start talking. Y estaba, me acuerdo que estaba yo, my grandma, my mom, otra tía, and then my other tía, his mom, and then estaba my sister. Y ahí dije, pues ni modo. I'm gonna say it. Y yo empecé a hablar. Y mi grandma, no, yo no sabía nada de eso. Él no dijo nada. Like, she was defending him. And I get it porque she raised him.
Yeah.
Porque, like I said, he's always had an absent mother.
Yeah.
She raised him. Dije, okay, I get it. Lo ve como su hijo y lo va a proteger. But the thing is que I never told my mom anything. I never really told her about what was going on. She was telling me what was going on that my grandma was telling her. So I told her, okay, si según usted no sabe nada, then why did my mom?
A mi mamá?
No.
Yeah.
I'm like, why would my mom lie to me about something that I never even told her about it, and it was so accurate?
So that there was a lot of bad communication, like miscommunication there.
My tía was like, no, él nunca dijo nada. Like, todos defendiéndolo a él. I'm like, bet. Y dije, yo con lo que yo me agarré fue de que my mom was telling me
she knew
the things that were actually happening in my house that I knew about it, but I never told her about it.
Y era porque él les estaba diciendo.
So ahí yo dije, like, okay, de esto sí es real. They're just defending him. Y así quedaron las cosas. I was like, okay, that's fine. Like, yeah, whatever. Así por las cosas. Porque when I texted my cousin, like, you know what, I'm gonna start talking. He texted me back later. He's like, okay, no te preocupes. Yo voy por mis cosas cuando regresemos de México. I'm like, ves, you just literally
took
the blame. So then I was like, okay, pues así quedó. Él iba a venir por sus cosas, iba a ir. Yo aclaré con mi grandma y quedamos bien. Until that same night, I saw my uncle and I told him what had just happened with my grandma and everything. Y que él me va diciendo lo mismo. No, es que yo estaba muy decepcionado de ti. Because I literally grew up with my tíos.
Yeah.
And he would see me like a perfect girl, you know, like a girl que no hacía nada. He's like, yo te miraba, like, yo nunca pensé que ibas a hacer eso, like, yo me decepcioné mucho de ti, pero ahora que me estás diciendo, it all makes sense,
So I talked
it to him, y me aclaró todo lo que él había dicho y lo que él pensaba de mí. Okay, he's like, wow.
Pero ves el problema que viste es you could have not avoided because it was happening, but you could have because you said it happened for like a whole year before you guys went back to Mexico. You could have talked about it as soon as you seen it happen. Like, don't wait until it gets really bad because then it's really hard to fix it. You could have talked to them, to your grandma, to your uncle, anybody over there about it, and like you would have squished everything out, like sorted it all out.
Yeah. Y ya cuando my uncle told me about that, I kind of like my sangre se volvió a hervir again. So I was just like, oh, all right, like, yeah, de plano. And I was happy that I was able to figure something out with my uncle because I freaking love that uncle. Y al momento de que él me dijo que he was decepcionado, I was like, oh, like, why? Like, you know? And I told him, y yo le expliqué my version. He's like, you know, yeah, it makes sense porque desde que él llegó aquí, de esta vez que vinieron a visitar, he hasn't even shown his face.
It made sense to him.
So he's like, oh, okay.
He was avoiding the whole situation.
He was avoiding everything. So that happened. Y luego al día siguiente, it was my birthday. And I celebrated my birthday out there. Porque ya on the 13th yo me iba a regresar. So, yo hice a little party. Y yo dije, oh, ok, pues va a venir mi tía. Van a venir todos porque quedamos en good terms. De que yo nunca hice nada, de que yo nunca dije nada. Y quedamos en good terms. Pues, I called my other aunt that she was also visiting. Y le conté. Le dije, tía, pasó esto. You weren't there because she was somewhere else. Le dije, pasó esto, hablamos de esto, Y me dijo, mija, I'm just gonna tell you something. Dice, o sea, la mamá de mi primo le contó a mi tía de que también nunca mandó dinero a México porque yo le quitaba el dinero for mi business. Dude, that was the last straw. Dije, dude, nunca.
Que tú le quitabas el dinero a él for your business.
What? Que por eso estaba empezando a ser exitosa porque
él te da, because he was funding your business.
Porque él me daba todo el dinero.
Wow.
And I was like, dije, con mi negocio, ni mi family, nadie se mete. I felt like that was the last straw.
Yeah.
De que dije, dude,
like, no manches.
Nunca te llegué a pedir dinero para que me compraras nada de mi business. Nunca te llegué a pedir nada de nada. Dije, yeah, maybe te dije, hey, can you go to the store and buy me this? Because I'm running out of this. Pero yo le daba mi tarjeta. Yo le daba mi dinero.
Sí.
It never came out of his pocket.
Wow.
So that was the last straw. Y como él nunca dio la cara, I texted him. Dude, I was mad. I was pissed. Y yo le dije, oh, ya me enteré que dijiste esto, que porque tú me diste dinero para mi negocio.
Ahora sí ve por tus cosas a la casa.
Nunca me diste ningún solo ningún solo dólar. I told him. I'm like, y es más, aquí claramente se ve el tipo de persona que eres, que hasta te escondes peor que las ratas. That's what I told him. Te escondes peor que las ratas. Ya, send. No me contestó.
Of course not.
Y luego that night I was expecting my grandma, I was expecting other people from my birthday party. Y nomás fue mi tío con el que aclaré las cosas and his wife. Y ella solita me dijo, dude, ¿qué le dijiste allá? ¿Qué les dijiste ratas? I'm like, who? Who did I tell ratas to?
Él los involucró a todos.
Yeah. Él, según les leyó el mensaje, diciéndole que yo le dije rata a my grandma, a mi tía, everyone. I was just like, oh, hell
Yo apenas que te iba a preguntar, ¿y arreglaste ese problema con él? Pero obviamente
like,
no.
Oh, no. Le dije yo, y le enseñé el mensaje a mi tía. Le dije, mira, esto fue lo que yo le puse. Te escondes peor que una rata. O que las ratas. Le dije, ni a él le dije rata. Le dije, te escondes peor que las ratas.
Ajá.
Y ya cuando ella me dijo, le dije, ya. Qué coincidencia que yo le mandé ese mensaje diciéndole que se esconde peor que las ratas. Y llega mi otra tía saying que yo les dije ratas.
O sea que he would twist every word that came out of you.
Everything.
Oh,
everything. No. Y cuando dije, ya, así es él, porque él llegaba y hablaba de otras personas con las que él se juntaba con nosotros. Y a veces, if he was dating girls or whatever, he would come home to us y que les hice esto y que les hice el otro y que no sé qué. I was just like, okay, dude. Y ya cuando empezaron a llegar los rumores de que él estaba hablando de nosotros, like, it's true.
Yeah,
because
sí,
he does it about other people. So, no, así quedaron las cosas. Duré muchísimo tiempo, what was it, 2-3 years sin ir a la casa de mi grandma. Nada. And I would get sad porque every time que yo iba, my mom wanted me to go.
Pues sí, pero también ella no.
Y así dije, no, I'm not gonna go porque I don't feel welcome. My aunt still lives there. I'm not gonna go and show my face and nomás ver malas caras or whatever. I'm not gonna go.
Yeah.
Hasta esta vez pasada que vinieron mis grandpas, fue cuando los volví a ver.
Oh, so esa es tu abuelita, like, okay.
So los volví a ver. Ahí fue como que aproveché yo para kinda convivir con mi grandma y hablar con ella. Because ella empezó a pasar por cosas por culpa de ellos.
Por él.
Yeah,
por culpa
por
de él.
él y mi tía and everyone. So I was like,
Al
now
final
she
del
gets
día,
it.
ándale, al final del día, truth comes out. It might take years, but truth always comes out at the end.
Y ya hasta ahorita, I don't think I'm gonna talk to that tia or to those cousins ever. Like, I don't see why I would.
A lot of times, things are just best left the way they are. That's how I feel with my family. I have a very, very, what do you call it? Dysfunctional family? Siblings and parents. Like not my family, my husband, my kids. Like family that I come from.
Mom, sisters.
My parents and my siblings. Yeah. I have not talked to my siblings in almost 8 years.
Damn.
And you know, at first it did affect me a little bit because when you think about things like that, it's like if I were to, let's say, get divorced, no tengo a nadie. Mis papás no viven aquí. It's just my kids and me. Porque no tengo primas, primos, tíos, tías. Tengo una tía en México y un tío en México. Like, están casados. Y tengo una tía aquí. Es todo. So, yo no vengo de una familia, pues, grande. No tengo apoyo, pero pues también hasta en las familias grandes son bien disfuncionales en veces. Pero muchas veces, así como dices, no tengo planeado volver a hablar con ellos o con esa tía y esos primos. Muchas veces es mejor dejarlo así. Porque sometimes the more you try, that's when you see that you're doing too much and that it's never going to get better. So as long as you're just okay with the fact that it is what it is and just move on and leave it as that. Porque como mi familia también había mucha mala comunicación. A lot. Y muchas veces que tratábamos de hablar, salía peor la cosa. Like, it would be worse. Yeah. So we were like, damn, like, ¿para qué hablaba? Like, o ¿para qué decía, like, my truth, you know, if it's just gonna make everything worse. So I feel like sometimes it's just best, you know, just leaving things as they are. Like, sometimes communicating will work out and both parties would be like, oh, like, it's not what I thought it was. But sometimes it could just make it 10 times worse.
Yeah, it does.
So I agree with you. Sometimes I'm just okay with just leaving things as they are and let them be. You know, only time will tell, either bring people back. And if not, then like if he was to call you and be like, I'm sorry, Zulema, like.
Pues, ya ves, how I started going to the service with you. Ahorita I've been slacking, pero the times I go, pues voy con mucho gusto.
You go with an open mind.
Y just listening to the pastor just talk his mind y todo, I was like, you know what? I was pissed the first few years. I was pissed. I was mad. I didn't want to see him. Yeah,
because it cost your relationship with your grandma. And
Y yo in mi mente I was like, you know, I forgive you. I might not talk to him. I might not say it to him directly, pero yo en mi corazón, I already forgave him.
Yeah.
And right now me animé como a hablar de esto because I feel like I need it. You know, because I always talk about it with my husband or with you or my siblings or whatever. Y I felt como que that's not enough. Pero como que yo misma escucharme decir al aire libre de que I forgive him, es como que I feel like that's going to give me a closure that I've been needing.
I feel like it does, because it happened to me with this person that I'm talking about. For a long period of time, I was like hurt, you know, like that I didn't get, you know how I see you and your sister like have a beautiful like relationship and you guys love each other and trust each other and tell each other everything. Like I didn't have that when I needed the most, you know, when you are a mom and, you know, when you're going through life, you need that support. And for the longest time, I couldn't give. Until this day, believe me or not, I don't know what the issue was. It's just weird.
It's just like one thing or another.
Yeah, like and like it's never clear what the issue was. I mean, tengo mis assumptions, you know, but one day I was just like, I'm just tired of like feeling some type of way, because it's not anger. It's more like agüitada. I don't know. Like I don't even know how to describe the feeling. But one day I was like, I'm just tired of feeling that type of way towards you. So I forgive you.
Yeah.
And excuse me.
I feel like that's me. Como que I got tired of feeling that way.
Carrying that. Carrying that, yeah.
Y porque a veces, when it was so recent, my husband died, we were just like, talking about it and talking about it and talking about it, y que
y más coraje te daba.
Y ya después I don't know what was happening, que we told each other, dijimos, let's just stop. We're just giving him the importance and our energy that he doesn't deserve.
Or, yeah, like,
so we stopped, we stepped back. My brother, él más que nada creció con él, because se ganan como de unos años. Y they were like this.
Oh.
So when everything happened, como que I didn't put my brother de que I'm not talking to him, so you can't either.
Yeah.
So lo que es mi hermana, my brother, ellos todavía kind of have a good relationship with them. No tan cercana como antes era.
But they respect that you feel, yeah.
So I don't get mad because they're still talking to them. It's their life. It's their choice.
Yeah.
As long as they are good with me, eso I'm fine with, you know.
Bessie, y a mí me pasó the other way around. I feel that I lost relationships with certain family members because they weren't talking to another family member. And I don't want to say who, because it'll be so obvious.
Yeah.
But I didn't stop talking to that family member. So then this other family member was like, okay, well, you're not going to stop talking to them, then I'm not going to talk to you.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's very petty.
Yeah.
That's very petty to do that, because el problema no era mío. So why are you going to put me, como dicen, entre la espada y la pared, like, that I have to choose and pick when they're both my family members? So that's really good that you didn't put your siblings in that position for them having to like choose
sides, yeah.
Because it's not fair. Like I said, I feel like I lost those family members for something I didn't like. And like I said, until this day, I don't know what the issue is or was. But I feel like I lost those family members because of the fact that I didn't stop talking to these other family members. And it's so sad, because it's like I didn't do anything that I know of. Because even if I try to clear things out, like I would like to have the opportunity to listen to them and know, que me digan like what I did wrong or what the issue is or has been, because está también feo like not know what you did, or if I said something, or if I did something, or if it's like un malentendido.
Yeah. Imagínate, nosotros hubiéramos dejado nuestro pride or our pettiness in between.
Go along. And I feel like because we come from a background like this,
we're more open to talk about it.
We're more open to talk about it because we know how it could end up. And I don't want that.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want that, but like we know that because we've gone through these situations, it's like, oh, okay, I guess we can spot the red flags when a situation can go really bad and por algo tan tonto. And that's how I feel like my situation with my family is. It's like we ended up in this situation where we haven't talked for so many years. And at the end of the day, if we were to talk about it, va a ser algo tan tonto que hemos perdido tanto tiempo y tantos años por algo que a lo mejor could have been fixable, you know? And that's why when we sat down and talked about it, I felt so proud of us. Because we didn't let the traumas that we carry
come in between,
mess something good. Yeah.
That's what I tell my husband también and my siblings, porque obviously in cada familia there's situations, right? And I tell my husband, because his parents are divorced, and I tell him what I went through growing up with my parents, and he told me what he went through. So we both talk about it. We're like, let's not go through that. Let's not repeat that story. We know what it already feels like, what we went through. So let's just not continue doing, like, let's not do that at all.
Let's break the cycle.
Yeah. And then with my siblings también, like my father-in-law has issues with his siblings, and then my mother-in-law too, where we see what's going on. So I tell them, you know what? Nunca hay que pelearnos por freaking terrenos. Nunca hay que pelearnos por situaciones de esas, porque it's the main problem.
Yeah.
We're like, my dad, he created stuff from scratch. That's his hard work. It's our turn to continue our stuff from scratch. And if he wants to give us his legacy, we're gonna figure it out how to share it and
evenly.
not fight for it. Porque it's just things that you see, y no nomás con like our close people, sino como que I see what you're going through. We see what another friend is going through. We see, and we don't want that, because we have our feelings. We have our little corazoncitos de pollo, que we don't want to go through those stuff.
Pero es muy difícil. It's really easy to say we don't want to go through that, but when you're in that situation, like obviously my parents have been married for 30 plus years, like actually 40 plus years, because my siblings are 40 some. And so yeah, my parents have been married more than 40 years. They set the example of like a marriage is forever. But also my husband comes from divorced parents. So it's so hard when your worlds have been so different to want, like, obviously we want to break cycles and we don't want to repeat what you've gone through. Sometimes it's just hard to break through those traumas, and like, because they are traumas. Yeah. And it's so hard to break through them. That's why I'm saying, like, I'm so proud that we were able to like not let the miscommunication like break, kind of come in between, and we were able to like set things straight and be like, no, like, we're not gonna do this. So, like, you know, let's talk it out. What is going on? And sometimes in marriages it's the same thing. Like, you want to break those cycles, but when you're going through it, it's so hard. Like, it seems impossible.
Yeah, because you have your traumas, I have mine. Mine not be as strong as yours or compared to mine or whatever. Pero I'm proud we did this.
How about we take that trauma test? Should we? And then we can show them to
Which
see.
one?
There's a trauma test that you answer questions and they tell you like emotional, physical, like a bunch of other, like a list, and it shows the percentages of your traumas. Mine are gonna be like, and
mine are gonna be like, kind of más abajo. I'm like,
in your la 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 world, la la la.
Dude, no, for real.
Well, I think we had a good gap session, and we hope you guys understand what was going on now, why everything was falling apart.
I hope I got. Were you able to understand everything I said about my cousin?
Yeah,
I didn't take too long, because I felt like I took so long just trying to explain.
I feel like it helps to understand like the concept of why you guys fell out and why you feel like communicating is important, because you tried communicating with him and gave him the chance, and he really wasn't.
Oh, and then like a little update. Como dicen todos a la luz and everything. What happened? What happened to my business that he moved out? Que él estaba diciendo que me estaba dando todo el dinero. Pfft. My business continues.
It's thriving.
It's thriving. Not because of him. O sea, ahí es como que dicen, oh, las mentiras. It's like, dude, really? Meterte con my business, meterte con mi negocio. You don't live here no more.
Que no tenía nada que ver.
It's like, you don't live here no more. Para ahora decirles a ellos que ya no les puedes mandar dinero porque no te lo estamos quitando nosotros. Like, now what other lie are you going to come up
now?
with? Yeah. Y see, I found out stuff recently that's happening over there with them. It's just a case. O sea, I don't know.
I hope that he can learn from the experience and heal whatever is making him be that person. I really hope that he comes to realize that being that type of person is not gonna make him a better person, and that he can heal whatever he's going through so that he could come back and truly apologize for what he did so that you can heal that part of you. Even though you might not need it, you might not need to hear from him, but I know if you were to hear from him, like generally apologize to you, I'm sure that would help you heal that part, like probably, that problem.
Yeah, porque I've talked to my husband. I'm like, they need help.
We all do.
Lo que es él and my aunt, I feel that they have been the ones in that part of my family that damage
everybody.
Yeah.
Pero pues, como te digo, no toda la gente tiene common sense.
That's true.
So all we can do is pray for them, and pray for us for our healing and their healing, and hopefully one day they can realize que lo que están haciendo hicieron pues no está bien, y that's all we can do.
Would you ever try to figure things out with your siblings if they reach out to you, or you would reach out to them?
I don't know. It's just hard. Like, I would be willing to talk and hear, like not even talk, más bien to hear them.
Yeah.
Like hear, but that's only if they wanted to explain themselves. You can't force someone. And at this point of life, I feel that we've grew apart so much que no sé si alguien tenga una experiencia así, que después de tanto tiempo you can build something again. Who knows? I don't know.
We'll see. Hopefully, along this podcast, un día les dijimos, guess what? Ita and her siblings are best friends again.
Yeah, I'm just kidding. Oop, beep. Let's bleep that. Just kidding.
But anyways, guys, thank you so much for tuning in today.
Thank you for listening to our traumas. And please leave us comments if you guys have similar experiences with family members, friends, or whoever. I'm pretty sure we're not alone.
Yeah.
And you guys can understand, And hopefully, if you guys have a fallout with any friends or siblings, family members, you guys can grow out of them and fix them. Don't let miscommunication break you guys apart, because that almost broke us apart and this podcast. So, without further ado, we will see you guys back in our next episode. Give us a big thumbs up.
And we will see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Just kidding. So aquí traes un gallo, dude. You need to put a little bit of hairspray right here.
Échale. Yeah.
Así me peinaba mi mamá. Dude, a ver, did I fix it? I fixed it.
I can freaking feel it all wet right there.
And right now, I'm drinking a grape smash. Do you like yours?
I do. It's really good. It doesn't give me the shitters.